and welcome back to another Wednesday night exhortation. It's your Dr. Bro Zachariah Israel, and my reader for tonight is
Shalom, Brother Nazareth.
Brother Nazareth. Shalom, shalom. Hey, hopefully we got an edifying one for you tonight. Hopefully you can learn something tonight off this Wednesday night exhortation. We in the midst of the week. A couple more days till the Sabbath, Lord willing, we'll make it Friday night so we can get our rest on. But if this is your first night ever hearing Wednesday night exhortation, this is the reason why we do this.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 2. Preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort.
Exhort mean to encourage, to push, to motivate, okay, our brothers and sisters to keep pushing. All right? Keep moving forward. Keep the commandments, right? Read.
With all long suffering and doctrine.
With all long suffering and doctrine. Okay? So tonight, Wednesday night exhortation is entitled Go Viral or Die Trying. Go viral or die trying. Right? As you look at the thumbnail, you see some familiar faces. This is just a few I use, you know. It's a lot of more content creators they don't care what they do, man. By any means necessary, they want to go viral. All right, you have more and more content creators now that's using a disability to go viral. Okay. They can be maimed and mauled or missing a limb, or they could have some kind of, physical ailment, or, anything. They'll do anything to go viral these days. Okay. And y'all don't know, man, that the enemy, the oppressor, right? Our oppressors are just sitting back mocking us. They see how desperate we are, wanting to go viral. Okay, we'll sell each other out for some views. We'll make mockery of each other for some views. Let me tone down that frankincense and myrrh a little bit, cause man, that mud beating already. So it's a shame what we'll do for views, what we'll do for fame, what we'll do for notoriety. Okay. It's a shame. Once again, go viral or die trying. Because that's what a lot of them are doing. They want to go so viral. They want to go viral so bad that they'll do anything to go viral. Give me Proverbs 17, verse 5. You got it. Read
The
it.
book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 5. Whoso mocketh the poor, reproacheth his maker.
Reproacheth his maker. When you mock the poor, you reproach your maker. Okay. Who the poor? We the poor. The sons and daughters of the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The sons and daughters of the Most High God. We consider the poor. So when we mock each other, right, and you might have an issue or some kind of problem, it's not good. You're not supposed to talk about people when they in that state of mind, or they don't have, two legs, or they got some kind of disability. We ain't supposed to mock each other. All right? We ain't supposed to do that. And I know a lot of these content creators are, saying, hey, I'm going to take this disability and make it where I can make a couple dollars out of it. Yeah, that's them doing it. But ultimately, we're not supposed to support anybody that got psychological problems unless we trying to help them. It's not funny. All right? Continue.
And he that is glad at calamity shall not be unpunished.
And if you glad at calamities, shall not be unpunished. So if you're looking at these things these issues, these problems, right? These calamities, and you looking at it for a gang, or it's funny, or if it's entertaining, you're gonna be punished for that. You're gonna be punished for that. Why? We not supposed to deal and roll in that spirit. This is a serious thing. Our people are sick. We shouldn't take these things lightly. Okay? Give me Psalms 1 and 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, right? So we're not supposed to be somewhere rooting and cheering and egging this behavior on. We ain't supposed to be doing that. Read.
Nor standeth in the way of sinners.
We ain't supposed to be standing in the way of sinners. Okay? We ain't supposed to be doing that. If anything, we should say, hey, bro, sis, let's try to make an honest income. Let's try to find you some kind of trade or skill, something that you can have, to go out here and make some real money. Instead of making a mockery of yourself, and the other nations are making a mockery out of us. Right? Continue.
Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, right? Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. So where you seeing a lot of these things going on the internet? Podcasts, right? Everybody want to sit down and have discussions, right? They want to have discussions with the scornful, right? They want to, and they don't want to reprove or rebuke, right? They don't want to exhort. They don't want to rebuke you. They don't want to reprove you or exhort you, right? They want to sit back and entertain the folly, so they can get certain views and followers and subscribers. That's what they want to do, right? Give me Proverbs chapter 15. Start at verse 10. You got it. Read it.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way.
Hey, they don't want to be corrected. A lot of these guys, Unc 603, whatever his name is, and you got, Shamar and all these other folks, man. No Neck J, and a lot of these guys don't want to be corrected. Okay. A lot of these guys don't. This is just to name a few. I don't know a lot of these guys' first names, but I see them. They come down my timeline. Okay. Then you got the 20 verses 1 and the pop the balloon, the ghetto pop the balloon. I ain't talking about the one that the red balloon pop, or pop the balloon to find love. Even it'd be crazy stuff going on that too. But you got that one that come up where you see a lot of people on there, man, with no hands and 1 foot, and they taking these things, man, and they trying to go viral and create viral clips off of our disabilities, or our disabilities. Okay, they want to go viral off our disabilities. Okay, our handicaps. That's what they trying to go viral off of, man. They making everything a joke. Okay, continue.
And he that hateth reproof shall die.
Hey, you don't like to be corrected, shall die. You don't like reproof, you gonna die. Continue.
Verse 11. Hell and destruction are before the Lord. How much more than the hearts of the children of man?
Hey, so what you think your judgment gonna be? All right, if you acting this way, you gonna catch that hell and destruction. You understand? Continue.
Verse 12. A scorner loveth not one that reproveth him.
Hey, a scorner ain't gonna like you to be reproved. They don't like you to reprove them. It's a lot of these content creators, man. You can't tell them nothing. They think they know. You understand? You can't tell them nothing, man. They think they know. They think they know it all. And a lot of these guys that had these podcasts and things, they let them talk, and they don't want to give them no knowledge, wisdom, or understanding according to the scriptures. They just want to create good content. They don't want to pick a side. They want to be neutral. Why? Because they trying to make a friend. All right. They want them to come back to help them grow their page, their subscribers, and their channel. That's what they want. Right? Continue.
Neither will he go unto the wise.
He ain't going to go to the wise. He ain't going to go sit down with the Israelite brothers. Not for real. Because we going to come out with scriptures. we going to say, hey, bro, you know you in sin, right? How? we going to show him according to the scriptures. we going to show him he transgressing the law, how he's acting. we going to show him. All right? So a lot of these guys, man, like I say, they go on here, they had these handicaps, and they trying to capitalize off of it. You know? And you don't want to be a mutant out here, man. Using a disability, you understand, to gain a following. There's nothing pleasing about a disability. You are disabled to do certain things. Ain't nothing fun about that. Ain't nothing fun about that. I know you might want to make a couple dollars. Okay, yeah, I got a disability. Let me try to go viral. But there's nothing funny about that. We just read that. All right. So let me look up mutants real quick, because I was gonna call it like on some mutants, mockery of the mutants or something like that. I was gonna actually go there, but I ain't trying to offend my brothers or sisters. I'm trying to reprove them, rebuke them, exhort them. So, I don't want to use this term of mutant or mutation, but it is a term for it. And I'm going to read it. Mutations, a alteration in the DNA sequence of an organism that can occur during DNA replication or be caused by environmental factors like radiation or chemicals. All right. So if you have these mutations and it's not really DNA, a lot of people are born with conditions, right? But you also exposed to chemicals. A lot of these brothers and sisters have been exposed to drugs, meth and retinol and fentanyl and all this other stuff, right? And they popping beans and pills and all kinds of things, man. You are being exposed to these chemicals, and your body is having chemical reactions to them. Okay, so when you getting this mutation and you having some things that's going on in your mind, and these things are activating, you becoming a mutant. Because now you're tapping into the chemical side of things. All right, let me continue. Mutations can be beneficial, harmful, or neutral, depending on their specific effects. So a lot of these mutations, these brothers and sisters got that I encountered, that I visually can see, it's not to their embetterment. It's not for an advantage. It's a disadvantage. Okay, this ain't like, the X-Men or, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where they inherit some kind of super strength or something. Nah. You only getting the downside of the mutation. You only getting the downside. You catching the harmful side of it. You're not catching the beneficial side of it. So when you see these guys on there, man, they got some kind of problem, or They mind ain't right 9 times out of 10, they own something. They're abusing some kind of substance, which causing a mutation. And some of it be physical where you can see it. All right. And some of it don't. Just like that saying crack baby. Oh, that's a crack baby right there. Or, their parents had to be on some kind of drugs. A lot of times, man, when they doing DNA testing things and running tests on these babies, they have crack in them. They have cocaine and heroin in their system. And then when they come out acting crazy and something ain't right, or a foot longer than the other, or they missing a leg, or they got some kind of mutation going on, that's because of the chemical abuse and substance that somebody been using. You understand? I'm gonna continue. I got some more on this. A mutation is a permanent change in an organism DNA sequence that can affect its appearance, behavior, or physiology. All right. So it can change your appearance, your behavior, and your physiology. Mutations can be caused by error in DNA replication, exposure to mutagens like radiation or chemicals, or viral infections. So what that means, somebody is out here having some unprotected sex, catching viral diseases, sexual transmitted diseases that cause your body to go through a mutation. It'll cause your body to go through a mutation that we can't see because you might be covering it up. So yes, chemicals cause these things, and viral infections. They can also occur spontaneously. Mutations can be beneficial, malignant, depending on their location and their genetic code. So it depends. But like I say, I never seen mutations that happen for the better unless I was watching a movie. Point blank, period. So, hey, these brothers and sisters will do anything to go viral. And they don't care what kind of disability they got. They want to make some coins. Even if they have to sacrifice themselves and expose themselves, they just want to make some money, man. All right. So let me get back to it, man. I was that close. I was this close from calling it Mockery of the Mutants or something like that. But I didn't want to go. I didn't want to offend our brothers and sisters. I wanted to keep it where, okay, he trying to exhort us. He ain't trying to joke on us. All right. Let's continue. Where we at?
2 Peter chapter 3 verse 3.
Yeah, give me that. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 3. You got to read it.
The book of 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers.
What?
Scoffers.
Scoffers. Read.
Walking after their own lusts.
They walking after their own lust. Scoffers. They not following these laws, statutes, and commandments. And they don't want to hear it. Right? We always pull this 2 Peter 3 and 3. But let's continue reading, right? Read.
Verse 4. And saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation, right? So they thinking that the Most High sleep. Hey, ain't nothing gonna happen. They thinking the Most High sleep, right? Read.
Verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of that by the word of God the heavens were of old.
Read.
And the earth standing out of the water and in the water.
Read.
Verse 6. Whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perish.
Perish. So back in the time of Noah, you know the Most High flooded this whole world, right? And saved only Noah and his family. You understand? Read.
Verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word are kept in the store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
Of ungodly men. Okay? Of ungodly men. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So it's a day coming and the judgment coming for you. Fire coming this time. It ain't gonna be like the days of Noah where, you know, his family was saved and, you know, two animals of his kind and 7, you know, of the clean animals, and you know, so it ain't gonna be like that. It ain't gonna be like that. It ain't gonna be where it's paired up and you being saved because of the flood, the fire coming. The fire coming, right? So let's give me Proverbs chapter 14. You got it. Read it.
The book of Proverbs chapter 14 verse 6. A scorner seeketh wisdom and findeth it not, but knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth.
Hey, if you're a scorner, you ain't gonna find wisdom. Right? But knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth. If you're a man of understanding, you're gonna find some knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Continue.
Verse 7. Go from the presence of a foolish man.
Do what?
Go from a presence of a foolish man.
Go from the presence of a foolish man. Read.
When thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge.
Hey, he ain't got no lips of knowledge. It's time to go. Don't sit there, man, and you know what I'm saying, and instigate. You're supposed to be reproving, rebuking. Okay? So when I start opening up my podcast and things for some of these guys, these guys and girls, the scriptures coming out. All right? Continue.
Verse 8. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of his fools is deceit.
Read that again.
Verse 8. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way.
Read.
But the folly of fools is deceit.
It's deceit. It's deceitful, right? The folly of fools is deceit. Read.
Verse 9. Fools make a mock at sin.
What they do?
Fools make a mock at sin.
So a lot of these podcasters are fools, man. They mocking the sin. They think this stuff funny. They invite these guys on their show for views. They don't want to reprove them, rebuke them, exhort them, correct them. They don't want to do that. All right, continue.
But among the righteous there is favor.
Among the righteous there is favor. You got to be amongst the righteous, man. You got to. You got to. That's point, that's blank, and that's period. All right? You ain't supposed to have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Right? That's Ephesians 5:11. Y'all sitting down and, you know, y'all having a show, then y'all probably go smoke a blunt with them. Nah, man. You supposed to correct them according to the scriptures. They come to my show, hey, we going there. We going there. They can cut it up how they want, use the clips they wanted, but I'm using my talking points and my PowerPoints. You understand? Thus said the Lord. Okay. Romans 12:2. You got to read it.
The book of Romans chapter 12 verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but ye be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Right? So you got to transform that thinking, man. You might have a mental problem. You got to pray that the Lord get you up out of that and start keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Read.
That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
So you got to get your mind right, man. You got to. You must get your mind right. Give me Sirach 33 and 6. You must get your mind right. Okay? Because everything ain't funny. A lot of these guys think everything is funny. And you think you have a friend and they just be mocking you. Give me Sirach 33, verse 6. You got it. Read it.
The book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 6 in the Apocrypha, or Ecclesiasticus. A stallion horse is as a mocking friend.
Is as a mocking friend. A stallion horse is as a mocking friend. Right? Read.
He native under every one that sitteth upon him.
So a horse gonna make a noise. You know how the horses do. They make the noises when you sit up on them. You gonna hear them. You understand? You going to hear the horse. That's how a mocking friend is. They just want to laugh and joke. They don't want to take nothing serious. They want you to be the clown so they can laugh. That's what they want. That's what they want. They do that just like the horses. You know, they neigh the horse. That's how mocking friend is, man. Them ain't no real friends. They just want you around because you funny. That Shamar dude, all these guys, man, they just want them around for a laugh. Just to mock you. You don't want no friends. Them ain't your friends. All right, give me Deuteronomy. Hosea 4 and 6.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee.
Hey, our people are destroyed. The Most High God's people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Okay? Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. So if you are out here and you not retaining this knowledge, you not getting it, you out here in folly all the time, you're going to be destroyed. Right? Continue.
That thou shalt not be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children.
I will also forget thy children. The Most High God ain't going to be thinking about you. Everything is on some, you know what I'm saying? Like goofy, real ratchet, a lot of people is dealing with this, homosexuality stuff. And, man, it's a lot of stuff going on, man. Y'all see, man, just go down your timelines. You'll see. I just put a few on here. But it's a whole lot more, man. A whole lot more. And y'all don't know, man, a lot of these people get checks, man. They get crazy checks and they off. But you just want the content. You want a viral moment. And you're doing it out the expense of somebody that's really sick in their mind. Like, for real. These guys been LD all their life or in some kind of special ed or something all their life, man. A lot of these guys, and then some of them, like I just mentioned, the mutation, they hit a bad blunt or got some bad dope or something like that, and it mutated in their mind. Now they a mutant. They done turned into a mutant, right? What else we got? We get all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me Deuteronomy 28:28. Cause this sad, bro. This sad, man. This sad. I be seeing this. I really do. I'm gonna do another one too as well. But it's a lot of people out here, man, really messed up, man, with real disabilities. I ain't talking about no normal disability. Ain't none of no disability normal. But you got some people that dwarfism and You got some things out here, man, that that happens to people, but you have other disabilities, man, where they just want to create a viral moment. Okay, they want to act crazy, and they want to, that's what they want. Everything ain't funny, man. All right, some people really trying to beat their problems and heal. All right, give me that Deuteronomy 28:28.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
In astonishment of heart. Read it from the top again.
Verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness.
Hey, stop. So our people been smitten with madness and blindness. Read.
And astonishment of heart.
In astonishment of heart. So you seeing this. That's why you seeing these guys on here acting crazy, bro. Their minds ain't right. A lot of them don't want to work. A lot of them lazy, man. Some of them can't work. The things that we make go viral is ridiculous. Blame yourself for their success, because you gave the time and the energy to engage in the comments when you knowing they ain't doing nothing but dressing up as women and men acting suspect, and women dressing up as men, and they just doing all kinds of crazy stuff, fights everywhere, recording everything, and just making everything a reality, trying to make everything reality TV. You got what's the old dude name, Aaron the plumber dude from the Pop the Balloon or whatever. He want to fight everybody. Everybody want to catch a fade now. And he don't have any visual disability, but I'm just showing you everybody want to go viral. Go viral or die trying. That's what they want. You understand? Give me Ephesians 4 verse 31. You got it. Read it.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 31. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking.
Evil speaking. You see a lot of beefing going on these podcasts. If it's with the new guy, the 603 Unc, whatever his name is, you got Charleston White, you got Aaron the plumber, you got a lot of guys, man, that's using this content as a promoting style event. You got a lot of these guys out here doing food reviews. Okay. Which, you seen a few and you was like, all right. Then you got some, man, that's doing it and really on some big back stuff that don't really need to be eaten like that. They don't. Like, the health is concerning. It's starting now to become health concerns. Like, bro, you can't eat this super processed food, hyper processed food every single day, bro. You can't do it. It's promoting gluttony. It's not promoting a healthy lifestyle. So you just got all kinds of things that social media push that's not really beneficial for our community. Then you got to understand, man, you're not getting paid a whole lot of money for these views. Okay, the interview with Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay, and Cat Williams, he had to do all the millions of views just so he can see, some real money, some real money. So it's like, it's not just the views, people trying to get endorsements and, things like that, or trying to merchandise and sell products or whatever off their platform. It's a lot come in with this. That's why I say, hey man, if y'all like my stuff, my content, or if y'all like these Wednesday night exhortations or my DSTMs I be doing, all praises, man. I don't do this for likes and clicks, and I don't do it. I just put the information out here. I actually enjoy doing this. I like spreading information, especially these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, continue.
Be put away from you with all malice.
Be put away from you with all malice. We got to get rid of that. Evil speaking, malice, anger, bitterness. Okay? We got to. All right. Give me Romans chapter 1, verse 26. I'll tell you when to stop reading. We're going to close it out with this.
The book of Romans chapter
1, verse 26. Start there first.
Book of Romans chapter 1, verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections.
This what happened, vile affections, right? Read.
For even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
So the women is going for women. They don't want men anymore. You see a lot of this stuff going on with these content creators. A lot of this people going on these podcasts, and this be a lot of the content, right? Read.
Verse 27. And likewise also the man, leaving the natural use of the woman.
The men too. They going for the men. They going after men, right? Read.
Burn in their lust one towards another.
Read.
Man with man, working that which is unseemly.
Read.
And receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat.
That recompense of their error, which was meat, right? Read.
Verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge,
They don't want to hear about God and retain God in their knowledge, right? Read.
God gave them over to a reprobate
A
mind.
lot of these guys got reprobated minds. So you watching a lot of people with reprobated minds on these podcasts and these interviews. Continue.
To do those things which are not convenient.
Hey, they ain't doing things that's convenient. That's convenient. They on there talking about some crazy stuff that doesn't even make sense. They beyond conspiracy theories. They on some old crazy stuff, man. These folks ain't woke, man. They ain't woke at all. They are asleep. Super sleep and super crazy. They zooted out their mind. Right? Read.
Verse 29. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate.
They want to debate all the time. Hey, man, let's talk. They going back and forth. Hey, they arguing all the time on these podcasts. They full of debate, right? Men against women, women against men. Somebody with a disability, a mutant going up against a doctor. It's always something going on, right? Read.
Deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God.
Hey, backbiters and they haters of God. They don't want to hear nothing about God, right? Read.
Despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things.
Inventors of evil things. Read that again.
Inventors of evil things.
Read.
Disobedient to parents.
Disobedient to parents. A lot of these guys are disobedient to parents. Then they want to celebrate a so-called Mother's Day. Ain't checked on your mother all year. And want to talk about some Mother's Day. You're supposed to honor your father and your mother every day. Right? Continue.
Verse 31. Without understanding, covenant breakers.
Hey, they ain't keeping no covenants. Read.
Without natural affection.
They ain't got no natural affection. Right? Read.
Implacable.
Implacable.
Unmerciful.
Unmerciful. That's what's going on, man. When they trying to be viral, going viral or dying trying, they'll die trying to be viral. They'll go viral or die trying, right? Read.
Verse 32. Who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
They worthy of what?
Worthy of death.
Man, you worthy of death when you commit these things, man, and you acting that way. Right? Continue.
Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
Hey, so They ain't just doing the same, right? The people that's inviting them to their podcast and these shows, they have pleasures in them doing it too, right? But have pleasures in them that do them. They having pleasure because they saying, hey, I can get this crazy person on here, man. Hey, my channel will do numbers. That's what they want. Their subscribers, man. We got to do better, man. Let's not mock our brothers and sisters with disabilities. Let's not give it no energy. You know, if they ain't doing something positive or something, man, that can teach or help a brother out, a sister out, or spiritually or financially, some kind of trade, some kind of, something. I be careful what I post. I like to post things for awareness, and I like to post scriptural things, right, for learning, right? And I like to post, art and, things like that, man. Some things maybe that can inspire you, not some things that's full of folly that really is not gonna do you no bit of good. So I'm gonna be up out of here, man. I hope this video was edifying. I hope it strengthened your walk. All right, don't go viral or die trying, man. All right, don't go viral or die trying. If you going viral, let it be for something with some substance, with some knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who we are as the people. We are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. We must wake up and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? So we're going to be up out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed this Wednesday night exhortation. Love y'all. Shalom.
With exhortation, gotta be patient. Yeah, it's time to free the nation, gotta stop hating. This the end of the world, about to leave it vacant. Better hurry up and pick a side, yeah, I wish I say, hey, just let me exhort you. Hey, just let me exhort you. Yeah, I'm here to exhort, make you put out that new port. I can remember back then we caught the short. Now we teaching indoor, teaching outside indoors, teaching on dry lands, teaching out on the shores. Do whatever we can, keep our brothers out of court. Teach it in the dirty south, and we teach it up north, and we teach it out west, in the east coast.